How many trips are enough? The school calendar arrived in August, and I made the mistake of actually looking at it. February break, April break, summer June through August, an endless stretch of unstructured time, Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, and scattered throughout like landmines, minimum days, staff development days, random Mondays off for reasons I never quite understand. I sat at the kitchen table with a highlighter marking each break, each gap. Each day I'd need to figure out childcare or take time off work, or the expectation that hangs over everything, plan a trip. By the time I finished, half the calendar was yellow. We should go skiing for February break, Chris said, scrolling through his phone at dinner that night. Neither of us knows how to ski, I pointed out. The kids could learn, everyone goes skiing. There it was, everyone. I don't know when vacation became a competitive sport, but it happened sometime between when I was a kid and when I became a parent. Growing up, we took one trip a year. Maybe, usually to visit relatives, which barely counted as a vacation since I'd spend the week sleeping on someone's couch and being told to be quiet while the adults talked. Now I open Instagram and see someone's ski trip to Tahoe, someone else's spring break in Mexico, a 3-week summer adventure through Europe with children who are somehow smiling in every photo despite the jet lag and museum fatigue that I know must be happening behind the scenes. Ria sees it too, not Instagram, she's too young for that, thank God, but she hears about it at school, lunch table conversations about who went where, who's going where next. Emma went to Japan, she told me in December, which is how the Japan trip request started, not because she's passionate about Japanese culture or dying to see Mount Fuji, because Emma went. FOMO is contagious, and I'm not immune. Last February we didn't go skiing. Instead, we spent the break at home, and I spent the entire week convinced I was failing my children. Monday, the kids watched TV while I caught up on work emails. I told myself we'd do something fun later. Later never came. Tuesday, we went to the park for an hour. It rained. We came home. Wednesday, I took them to Target to buy storage bins we didn't need, just to get out of the house. Thursday, Liam asked if we could go somewhere. I snapped at him that not everyone goes on vacation every single break, which was true but also mean and also definitely not his fault. Friday, I felt so guilty about Thursday that I drove them an hour to a trampoline park, where we spent $100 for them to jump around for 90 minutes before declaring they were bored. The following Monday, they went back to school. Ria's teacher asked everyone to share what they did over break. Nothing, Ria said. My heart sank. Emma had gone skiing in Colorado. Another kid went to Disneyland. Someone's family had driven down to San Diego for the week. Ria had done nothing because I'd given her nothing. The math doesn't work, that's what kills me. If we take even modest trips for each break, skip the ski resorts and Europe, just do reasonable middle-class vacations, we're talking thousands of dollars per break, multiple breaks per year. We can't afford it, not really, not without going into debt or sacrificing retirement savings or pulling from the college funds I just opened. But also, everyone else seems to be doing it. Are they going into debt? Do they make more money than us? Have they figured out some secret I'm missing? Or are they just better at pretending everything is fine? I think about Chris's friend, the one who told us about the shoeboxes. Their kids are grown now. I want to ask them, did you take your kids on all these trips? Did you feel guilty when you didn't? Do your kids remember the vacations or the time at home? But I don't ask, because I'm afraid of the answer. Last week I was putting Liam to bed and asked him what his favorite memory from last year was. I was expecting him to say something about one of our trips. We'd gone to the beach in July, done a weekend in the mountains in October. The night we made a fort in the living room, he said immediately, and we had popcorn and watched movies inside it. I barely remembered that night. It was a random Saturday. We'd been too tired to do anything ambitious, so we'd grabbed sheets and couch cushions and built something ridiculous that collapsed twice. The kids thought it was the best thing ever. That's what he remembered, not the beach, not the mountains, the fort. I kissed his forehead and turned off the light, and sat in the hallway for a while after, thinking. There's a parent at school who's always planning the next trip. I'll ask how her weekend was and she'll launch into plans for spring break. Before spring break is over, she's researching summer. Before summer ends, she's looking at flights for Christmas. I used to think she had it figured out. Now I wonder if she's running from the same thing I am. The fear that staying home means we're not enough, that our regular lives, the homework and dinner and bedtime routines, aren't interesting enough, memorable enough, Instagram-worthy enough. The fear that our kids will grow up and remember nothing because we didn't take them everywhere. I still don't know how many trips are enough. The school calendar is still covered in yellow highlighter. April break is coming, I haven't planned anything. Maybe we'll stay home, maybe we'll drive somewhere for a few days, maybe we'll build another fort. Maybe enough isn't about the number of trips at all. Maybe it's about being present for the life that's happening right here, in between the breaks, in the ordinary moments that turn out to be what they remember. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that because I can't afford to compete with Emma's family. I honestly don't know anymore. But I'm trying to be okay with not knowing.